Welcome back to the making of my Meteorite motor. For this part of the project, I'm going to be using this piece of granite I found in my backyard to make the main body of the motor. So I guess it's a granite and meteorite motor. So as you can see, I'm using a 7-inch angle grinder here, as well as a 4.5-inch angle grinder and a die grinder. I don't currently have the patience to pull out a copper saw and sand and get to work, but you never know, maybe one day. The oldest evidence of worked granite I could locate comes from Stone Age Greece. The 36 centimeter statuette predates the use of all metal tools. And although I can't find a source to back this up, it does seem likely to have been made using as hard or harder abrasive stones and sand via pecking and grinding and a lot of elbow grease. Here I am very carefully, more or less, removing the excess granite that I was marking off earlier with the laser level. And I just realized I'm wearing my Sisyphus shirt, which seems pretty appropriate for what I'm trying to do here. Researchers in January of this year discovered that a copper tool found about a century ago and dated to the Naqada period in ancient Egypt had evidence of rotary drill marks on its tip, showing that the ancient Egyptians were using rotary metal tools even before the Old Kingdom. And images from the tomb of Rekhmire dated to the New Kingdom depict bow drills in action, indicating that the bow drill was utilized in Egypt for thousands of years. And you can see I'm still just shaping it here by making these kind of finger slices, cutting into the stone and then cutting off these fingers makes it a little bit easier to remove the material. And I'm just laying out distances here, roughly where the rotor is going to sit on the granite housing. Now I'm trying to clear out the material in the center to make a kind of a U-like shape. This would have been a lot harder to pull off without the 7-inch angle grinder. I don't think I would have been able to do it with just the 4.5-incher. This is another image of an Egyptian drill variety used to core out a vase in this instance, just because. This is another example of Old Kingdom granite work. You can see the drill holes in the top there. The YouTube channel Scientists Against Myths shows how these holes might have been drilled using one of these copper drill types, as well as a sand abrasive to achieve high precision holes, or flat copper saws with abrasive to make clean cuts. They're definitely worth a watch, and I'll link them in the description. I'm using a diamond cone here to smooth out the cavity I created. Although evidence has been found of corundum, also known as aluminum oxide, in the boreholes created by the Egyptians. Corundum has a Mohs hardness of 9, which is only slightly less hard than diamond itself. The corundum would have been obtained naturally from emery stone mines. I'm marking off more material to be removed here. I need 2 parallel walls separated by a few inches, each about 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick. I got a little over-eager and broke the first one off that I wasn't filming at the time. I do plan on showing the fix in another video, but basically I used a natural rosin glue and drilled a few holes to insert copper supports. And this is the completed housing. I got lazy and didn't film a bunch of the drill holes. And I might clean it up. You can see where I glued there. Using the rosin glue, glued it back together. I might clean it up, but I'm not that concerned with it. As long as it gets the job done and acts as a housing, I'm happy with it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned.